to L&D Design. My name is Lene.
My name is David.
And we are L&D Design. Today we have 3 really awesome farmhouse upcycle DIYs for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy these projects.
And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe below.
Enjoy the video.
Bye.
Bye. So for our first DIY, we are going to be spray painting. So we're going to be doing 2 separate DIYs, but since I want to spray paint both of these the same color, I am going to spray paint them at the same time. So this is just an old glass container that I used to have my coffee in, and I was trying to be cute and did a little grind all day situation, but I never really 100% liked it. And my husband actually got me for Christmas these really cool farmhouse white ceramic containers for the kitchen, and I'm in love with them. I will insert a picture as we go through this DIY so you can see what I replaced these items with. And then this used to just be my sugar container. I got this a long time ago at a thrift store. It's obviously seen better days. So I put the sugar in another container that he got me for Christmas. So I'm going to be repurposing this. So I'm going to be spray painting both of these things white with my favorite Rust-Oleum white chalk paint. I am going to be pulling off the decal here on the top because I'm going to be giving the lid a good coat of spray paint as well. So now that my containers are dry, I'm just giving them a chippy look. I thought I was recording, but apparently I was not. So I'm just taking some Waverly ink chalk paint and this stippling brush from Dollar Tree so I can get a nice line, and just kind of going around the edges, just giving it that old kind of enameled chippy look. While I'm waiting on my container to dry, I'm just going to paint this little tag. If you remember from my sugar container, it had a plaque and it's really attached, almost like welded on there. So I don't want to try and get that off or mess with that, but I do want to cover it up. So I have this little piece of wood. This is actually from one of Dollar Tree's like little bird houses, and we just never put it together. So I'm going to paint this little piece of wood, and I'm going to paint it with my Waverly chalk paint and ink. I'm going to do the top, the sides, and then I'm going to go a little bit around the back just so you don't see anything if you happen to peek around it, because it will sit off of my container a little bit. But I don't want to put any paint right in the center because I want to get a really good hold when I hot glue this onto my piece. I'm just going to take my tag. Instead of using my Cricut, I'm going to try my handwriting, and I'm going to write the word things. That way I can put anything in it that I want to, and I don't have to worry about changing the tag later. Now that my container is dry and my tag is almost dry, I'm going to go ahead and hot glue it on. I'm going to put hot glue right on this piece and then set my tag right on top. Going to let that set up, and then we can see the finished product. My other container is now dry, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did with that first one, where I'm just going to add that chippy look around the edges using that same sponge and the same chalk paint, the Waverly ink. next DIY, I'm just going to be sprucing up this sign a little bit. This was actually a recent gift from my parents for Christmas. And when I opened it, I really, really loved it. I loved the distressing. I loved the white. And I really liked the saying on it. And as I was hanging it up later that day, I realized that there were a lot of these spots that I originally thought were distressing, but it actually looks like somebody may have kind of messed up with their stencil and just kind of went around those spots, because you don't see it anywhere else unless it's by a letter. Also, I just wasn't really in love with kind of how some of the words looked. You can see through some of them, almost kind of like someone used a Sharpie, which there's no problem with that at all. I just kind of wanted to change it up a little bit because I really like this piece. I just wanted it to look a little bit different for my kitchen. So what I'm going to be doing is just painting this inside portion white. So I'm not going to touch the outside frame at all. I'm only going to be painting the inside portion white so that I can go back and distress it again, but then add some different words here just to personalize it in my kitchen a little bit more. So we're going to go ahead and just paint this inside part white using the white Adirondack chalk paint by Folk Art.
Here we go again. Trying hard, but you wanna be my friend.
This is obviously going to take a lot of coats because the words are so dark. So I'm actually going to try out a new Christmas present that I just received. On my wish list was a heat gun so that my projects could dry more quickly. So I am going to use this for the first time. I'm very excited. And I'm just going to see if I can get this to dry so I can get my coats on a little bit quicker, because I have a feeling I'm going to need probably 3 or 4 coats to really cover up the words so they don't peek through underneath my vinyl that I'm going to use.
I didn't want to run to. Here we go again. Call my bluff, I'ma be here till the end. I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out, I can help you out, I can help you out.
Now that it is dry, I am going to go in and distress a little bit because there was originally some distressing in the middle, and I really, really liked that. I got pretty good coverage. It took about 4 coats to cover all of that up, but I think that is because my chalk paint is a little watered down. So I'm actually going to go into this crevice here with my sandpaper because I did get a lot of paint buildup in there, and I kind of want to bring that back out and just distress the edges a little bit before I create my vinyl.
I can help you out, I can help you out, I can help you out. Here we go again. Time is up and I'm calling up my friends. Ain't no wonder why, ain't no wonder right to. Here we go again.
So I decided just to distress a little bit because I started to accidentally bring out some of the black wording, and I didn't want to go too far. So I am going to now create some vinyl for my sign. So I have created everything in my Cricut design space. Sorry, it does that because it does not like my computer screen. So I'm going to do a bakery sign, and we're using our last name for this. So it's going to be Ekstrom Bakery. And then I am going to leave one of the planks blank just because I don't want too many words on it. And then on the very bottom plank of our sign, we're going to put cakes, cookies, and pies. And I am going to fill in a little dot here after the fact. It's really hard sometimes on the Cricut to get that to kind of play out the way you want to. And I know I've shared this tip before, but I wanted to share it before I go ahead and print or cut out my vinyl, is that I like to use shapes, boxes behind with the size of my workspace. So I measured each one of those planks, and then I made rectangles that size. And then that's where I kind of place my images or place my fonts, my wording, to make sure that it's really fitting into the space that I need it to fit into. And then once I'm done with that box, I can just go ahead and get rid of it. And then I will be good to cut everything. And I like to weld everything together just so I can hide different things at a time. So I can hide all of this and just print bakery and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and get printing. And then I'm going to show you a little technique I'm going to do with my vinyl before I apply it onto my project. So I've printed out my vinyl. I chose to go with brown for the top part, and then I just did black for my bottom section. But I wanted to kind of just dress this up a little bit. So what I'm going to do before I adhere my vinyl is I'm actually going to do a little bit of dry brushing with my white chalk paint just over my letters, just to give them some dimension, excuse me, and a little bit more interest.
Up and you wanna be my friend. I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change.
On my vinyl, I'm actually going to start with bakery just to make sure that's nice and centered, and then just put on my other vinyl pieces, and then we get to see the finished product.
Ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out. 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 I can help you out.
I can't do this when you're sitting here. Okay.
Make sure the throat's clear. Do a little throat singing.
I'm not putting any of this in. Drive me crazy. We haven't even started. Say hi, guys. Welcome back to L&D Design.
Hi guys, welcome back to L&D Design. This is the L. She can't take it seriously.
I'm the D of L&D Design. Ready? Hi, guys. So you're supposed to look at the camera. This is too hard. My name is Lene, and I am half of L&D Design.
I am David. Oh, we need a script.
We did so well.
Look, if you